Moline, 20 seconds left. Moline and Dwayne Center charged together. The puck came out in front and off Butch Goring. Then Trottier takes Williams down. Williams back on his skates with 8 seconds left. The puck still in the Vancouver zone. Goring comes over after it. It's cleared out in front of the net. Fans realizing it's all over. 1 second. There's the horn. The Islanders win the Stanley Cup in a sweep. Their third consecutive Stanley Cup. Philadelphia was first. Minnesota last year in the Cup final. And the Islanders defeat Vancouver 3-1. The first United States-based team in the history of the National Hockey League to have won 3 consecutive Stanley Cups.
Tremendous thrill for the fans as well as the players, Jiggs. It's all over. Everybody has given their all. There is nothing left. The fans have done it. The players have done it. The people behind the players have done it. And the long 1981-82 season has come to a climax. Dennis Potvin will get to carry the cup as the traditional handshake between the Islanders and the Vancouver Canucks takes place.
And Bill Smith establishes a Stanley Cup record, winning all 15 games. We see Lefty Reed carrying the Stanley Cup with a presentation to follow. You see the traditional handshake. Richard Brodeur being greeted by some friends who weren't good friends during the playoffs, but they did what they had to do. Mike Bossy talking with him. Nolan Melanson, who didn't get to play except in the opening round against Pittsburgh. Gord Lane and John Tonelli. Here's Nystrom and Merrick to follow. The crowd booing the announcement that Mike Bossy has been named the recipient of the Conn Smythe Trophy. Barry Dornhofer talking with Clark Gillies for Canadian television audience. Al Arbor, in a nice gesture, just wrapped his arm around the shoulders of Brodeur, gave him a hug. He was great. But the Islanders, that much better. Al Arbor going through the line, shaking hands with the Canuck players.
John Ziegler out on the ice, Jiggs. He looks rather lonesome. No one's near him. No one's talking to him. But, of course, the players want to enjoy that initial part of the win. They wanted to congratulate Vancouver for their fine display in the finals and what they had accomplished getting to the Stanley Cup finals.
No team had ever won 3 consecutive Stanley Cups on home ice. The Islanders would like to have done it at home for their fans. Interesting, in the third period, we did not have a penalty called. In the third period, the New York Islanders had 7 shots on goal. The Vancouver Canucks had 9. And now the president of the National Hockey League, John Ziegler, welcomes Islander captain Denny Potvin for the presentation of the Stanley Cup. And there it is, once more in the possession of the New York Islanders. The traditional skate around the rink.
Something that has been done every year the Stanley Cup has won. The captain of the team gets to carry it first, and then the players, of course, would all like a chance to carry it around. They have to be tired. Some of them may be having a little trouble holding it over their heads long enough. That's why you see them shifting it back and forth. There's no question they have to be a tired hockey team, but they played an almost flawless game, Jiggs. They shut down every avenue that Vancouver tried to pursue. That's Michael Bossy holding the cup. Also winner of another piece of hardware in this hockey game, or in this playoff. The Conn Smythe Award winner, Mike Bossy. Bob Nystrom, he gets in to take a turn.
One area that perhaps is not discussed all that much, each individual player receives $24,000 for winning the Stanley Cup. They played 19 games for this presentation today. That's far less money than they make per game on a basis of average salary through the regular season.
They do it in such a short time. That makes a difference.
But on a per-game basis, it sure doesn't work out the same.
They don't really care about now, Jiggs. They could care less about the money. They could care less about the number of games. The fact that they have won the Stanley Cup is all that matters. They've worked hard all season, all the traveling, all the practices, all the team meetings, all of the movies that they had to watch of themselves. Sometimes they enjoyed, sometimes they didn't enjoy, but here they are as they come into the dressing room, the three-time Stanley Cup champion, New York Islanders. And how well they deserve it. Jimmy Pickard just going by.
Here comes Bill Smith, and there's Ron Waske, the Islander trainer, carrying the Stanley Cup.
2 games.
Whoops, almost lost it.
Well, the hands are sweaty. The back is a little tired, as we talked about, but there it is, the trophy that 400 and some players started out chasing last September. And every team, as they begin training camp, think of that trophy and think of the preparation they are now starting to win it. And the Islanders have been successful now, their third time, 3 in a row. And in go champagne. Get the beer out of there, guys, for heaven's sake. Don't ruin that good bubbly. That'll come later.
Trainer Ron Waske with the honor of pouring the bottle, the first bottle of champagne, into the
have to hug jigs that Bill Torrey and the coaching staff that were sitting up here way up in the top where we are, hustling downstairs.
Great series. There's always a great star. And it's a great pleasure to present you the Conn Smythe Trophy as the outstanding player in the playoffs. Congratulations. Right?
Thank you. There's the trophy.
Michael, you've held the Stanley Cup for 3 straight years. The first time you won the Conn Smythe. How did